Hello to anybody that stumbled upon this. I'm back with the Meg's Monster. About like at the beginning of the year, they had DLC released, and I just kind of kept putting it off for some reason because I think it came out or was announced shortly after I actually played this game. Anyways, I just don't no need to ramble. It's just yeah, I mean DLC. We're going to get into it. It's like a prequel story. Additional content. Story content contains major plot spoilers and should only be played after completing the main game. Are you sure you wish to play it now? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Hmm. I was thinking that this game is fairly short, and I'm assuming the DLC will not be that long either. It's either going to be something I knock out right now, or I milk it. We'll see. Yeah, it's a cute game. Cute, quick, think. In the blue corner, weighing in at 94 kilos and specializing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Make some noise for Rodrigo Henderson. I'm not fully committing to it. And in the red corner, weighing in at 116 kilos, we have the pro wrestling powerhouse himself. Give it up for Gustav. I feel like I left off the V there. Oh, who are we? We'll do a little. Try to set the cursor right in the middle of the gauge. Oh God. I've said it many of times. My reaction speed is bad. Or is gonna be like super, like all these are super quick. I think he's the monster. I'm assuming these humans become monsters. I don't know. I shall never. Nah, that's not it. I'll just go deep. I shall never be defeated. But the only adversary that will ever get me lying on my back and out of breath is the common cold. That was like the weakest, biggest joke villain of Kids Next Door, though. Excellent work out there today, sir. That was an amazing match to behold. I must be with the press, I take it. I wasn't informed of the interviews today, but very well. Come hither. You won quite handily again today, I noticed. Is there some sort of secret to your immense strength? It goes without saying. What you see is results of countless years of hard work and tempering. If I recall correctly, there's a famous anecdote about how you augmented your pro wrestling background by hiring a boxing coach to make sure your body blows and everything were up to snuff for the MMA ring. Well, yes, hard work and tempering mean little without proper direction. True. One must always maintain an open mind to ascertain the tools they lack in order for victory to be achieved. Very insightful. I hear you've also received an invite to participate in Dignity, the single largest martial arts tournament in the country. Do you plan to accept? If and when there is ever a worthy challenger for me, rest assured, I will be there. You really do have amazing musculature, though, I have to say. Is it true that your doctors believe it may be a rare genetic mutation? Hmm? Could you tell me a bit more about that? What? My apologies, but I do not comment on such inquiries. No need to play coy, sir. I believe I can make you an offer that would be highly beneficial to us both, Mr. Gustave Mayer. You're not actually with the press, are you? This area is off limits to unauthorized personnel. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave now. You could use the money, though, couldn't you? For your brother. Just who are you, anyway? Let me give you this for now, and you can think about it. Come visit you again. I do hope we can reach an agreement next time. Where the heck did she come from? Oh, we moving. Dignity. It definitely paid a lot better than these local tournaments, at least. That'd be a pretty major change too. I'm not sure it's in Michael's best interest. Let's wait and see how things go on that front. I don't see any menu button or anything. Hey, Michael. What do you want to do when you grow up? Jeez, Gustav, that's a pretty weird question, don't you think? Guess I never really thought about it before. Gotcha. Wait, didn't you always used to say you wanted to be a superhero when you grew up? Don't you remember that? Oh, geez, maybe back when I was just a little kid, yeah. But it's less that I wanted to be one, and more that I just thought they were cool. Obviously, I know I could never be a superhero myself, not with my heart condition. Besides, not like being a superhero is even a real occupation. Pretty sure they don't even exist in this day and age. Didn't stop you from wanting to be one. Like I said, that was forever ago. Well, is there anything you want to do now? Now, let's say you got discharged tomorrow. What would you do? Oh, I know. Really love to go see the ocean. Oh, hey, bro. Hey, champ. That feels weird. I don't know why. How you feeling? Not too bad, actually. Doctor says I'm getting a lot better. Mr. Mayer. I didn't know you were visiting. Hello, doctor. Guess there is gonna be just way more reading in this part. Mother's treatment's coming along very smoothly. Shouldn't be long now before he can be safely discharged. That's great news. In fact, his health has improved so much already that I think I can even give him permission for him. I can even give permission for him to leave the premises. Really? Hooray! It's just changing every time. Now I can't allow him to travel very far just yet. Is there anywhere the two of you would like to go? I want to go to the show, but I guess that'd be too far. Wait, I know. I want to go see one of my brother's fights. Would that be okay? Sure, I think I can allow that. Is it okay with you too, Gustav? Yeah, of course. Whatever you want. We're gonna get an introduction again, or are we just jumping straight into another little reaction test fight? We're gonna start small. Work our way up. I guess if we miss on those, we get punished even harder, though. Congratulations on another decisive victory today, sir. Oh, you again. I was wondering if you had a chance to consider my offer from the other day. Flashing back already? For a clinical trial of some new experimental drug, right? Quite the hefty sum, too. I saw. Though I guess I wouldn't know the usual going rates for these things. Yes, between you and me, there's a reason for that. Because of the risk involved? Frankly speaking, yes. It's yet to be officially approved, and we cannot guarantee there won't be any life-altering side effects. Well, appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I'll have to refuse. Are you sure that's the wisest decision? If it's my brother you're referring to, then there's nothing to worry about. He's on track to make a full recovery. Go ahead and jinx it, I guess. Not worth the risk if it means I might not be able to be there for him when he needs me the most. I see, that's a shame. If you change your mind, feel free to get in touch. Raquel's treatment plan seems to be going well. I would really love to sign up for Dignity, but it's just not the right time for that just yet. Gosh, it's just crazy. I've always watched your fights on video up until now. Didn't really need the traffic noise here, huh? But it really is a whole different experience watching one in person. I think. I have to ask though, what's with that voice you do up there? I shall never be defeated. Ugh. That kind of fits your personality, I guess. Yeah, it does, huh? Is he gonna stumble here? Worst case scenario, he just randomly gets hit by a car. What's up? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Is it the event promoter again? It's no big secret, Gustav. Everyone knows you've been invited to compete at Dignity. You should head back and say yes. I can walk the last couple blocks back to the hospital myself, but you're too strong to have your skills go to waste competing in little regional events like this. But you've been turning them down for my sake, haven't you? Because in order to compete in bigger events, you gotta go all the way to the big city. That means you'll be further away from me. If I'm being totally honest, I really want to see you fight on the national level too, bro. Because I mean, you're a superhero to me, big brother. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to hear them out at least. Yeah, sounds good to me. I'll walk myself back from here. You sure you'll be okay? Of course I will, silly. I mean, I feel totally fine right now. It's right around the corner. Alright. Just be careful. I know. See you later, bro. Yeah, I should have gone with him. Superhero, huh? Not this way. Mikkel. Oh god. I wonder if it's supposed to be Michael. Mikkel. Doctor. Yeah, how is he holding up? We've done what we can, but our resources are here limited. We need to transfer him to a hospital intensive care facilities ASAP in order to give him the best shot at survival. I see. Yes, hello? I asked about the dignity of invitation. What? The offer's been rescinded. But why? Can you at least give me a reason? They hung up. His life is getting manipulated, probably. Damn. What do I do now? Mikkel. Oh, you already heard all that. If you change your mind, feel free to get in touch. Yeah. We read it. No, I can't. Heaven has of me who will take care of Michael. Dang. Mikkel. Actually, no. Maybe that's not the real issue here. Maybe it was just me being scared all along. Because, I mean, you're a superhero to me, big brother. A superhero, huh? So, to reiterate, no matter what might happen to you as a result of these clinical trials, we will not bear any legal responsibility whatsoever. If you can agree to that, then please sign on the dotted line. What's the matter, sir? Surely you're not getting cold feet at this point. Mikkel, superheroes do exist in this day and age. Because all it takes to be a hero is to be a source of courage for someone. You said I was your superhero. But it's you who's been giving me courage all along. Mikkel. You are the real superhero. What? He just had to get himself psyched out. There. Take your signature. Now go on, do your worst. Pardon? Your life got manipulated, or you just had some really shit luck? Interested in the anesthetic minutes ago. Won't be long now. Should see signs of reconstruction process. Need to transfer into containment soon as possible. Uh-huh. Mikkel? Oh, good. You're all right. Wait, who goes there? I cannot allow my brother to be put in harm's way. Be gone, assailant. I'll let you lay a finger on him. That was a weird noise. What's going on? Can't get under control. Persistent curs. I will show no mercy. Idiots. What are you doing? Hurry up. Shoot him already. Where have you taken Mikkel? I shall never be defeated. Yeah. Bullets. His one weakness. I think we finally... Wait. No, looks like he's... Better inject more potent anesthetic while we still... Too dangerous to. Disposals are only... He's like the council. The one that could actually kick our ass a bit. No. Mikkel, thank goodness. You've finally woken up. Doctor? Where am I? What's going on? Don't worry, you're okay. Just try to remain calm, and I'll explain everything. You were in a serious traffic accident, and have been in coma for some time now. Coma? Hey, this doesn't look like my hospital room. Yes, that's right. Good, good. Sounds like you haven't lost any of your memories then. You were transferred to another hospital with better treatment facilities just after the accident. You have your brother to thank for that. He insisted on getting you the best care available. He did. Why, he even managed to get me transferred here. Yeah, I was wondering how you showed up. So I can remain your attending physician. Rather unheard of, actually. Don't know how you managed to pull so many strings. no mean feat to transfer patients here, let alone doctors. But enough about that. There's actually another reason your brother chose this hospital for you. Really? What's that? Well, Mikkel? Why don't you take a look for yourself? The ocean. Oh my gosh. Is that? It's actually the sea. The ocean? It is, isn't it? It's so beautiful. Never seen anything like it before. Sounds like I owe Gustav a really big thank you. Hey, doctor. Where is he? Where's my brother? Nah. Good heavens. What in the world am I doing? Waking up in a foul cesspit like this. What is this place, for that matter? I haven't the foggiest idea. Help me. That cry for help I hear. Shut your trap. Here again. And where the goods right now or else. May not know where I am or how I ended up here. I will never turn a blind eye to someone in need. Swear it on my name as you. Ah, yes. Gustav. That's right. You're not good citizen, for I, Gustav, shall lend you my aid. Okay, yeah, I was like, they're gonna be short. I cannot remember if it was even hinted at him being a human or not. You completed episode Gustav. New data logs have been unlocked. From here you can review the data logs you've collected thus far. Reviewing these logs is optional. Failing to do so will not impact your ability to enjoy the game. Note that new logs will be added after every episode you complete. Oh, it's just lore. Year 1512, an expedition team exploring a newfound continent came upon a massive crater in the ground. Centuries later, in the year 1815, a new expedition was launched to explore the crater's depths. Executive committee was formed to oversee a series of descents into the crater to conduct field surveys. Okay, I was just making sure that was the last of it. In our previous surveys, it was found that the crater's depths are home to some unidentified organisms which seem openly hostile to human beings. On top of that, the total number of researchers' casualties, or MIAs, incurred over the past few dozen surveys has now reached 34. With this in mind, the committee has decided to suspend all future descents into the crater indefinitely. The cranium. It's your head. The 17th expedition log. 17th crater descent expedition report by Captain Alan Orwin. I think he was one of the human underground. Date of departure 9/10/1817. So I think I'm thinking they're going with day, month, year for this though. So October 9th. Maybe. The team discovered an enormous skull sticking out of an exposed cliff face. We're calling it the giant's cranium. Eski was fooling around and touched his chin, only to notice that it moved ever so slightly. When we then tried to open its jaw as a team and discovered a vast open cavity within. Jamie and Gary were selected to investigate within, while the rest of us waited on standby outside. When they didn't return after an hour, we suspected there may have been some sort of accident. Stephen and Nicola were sent to perform search and rescue. Another hour passed, and none of the four had emerged, leaving further rescue attempts unwise with our current equipment. Or a brief return to the surface. 18th Expedition, Log 1, Greater Descent. I mean, was it the next day or a month later? 9/11/1817. Expedition's main objective was to rescue the four teammates who went MIA in our last descent. Given the unknown ecosystem, we came equipped with top-of-the-line armaments and masks to protect against noxious gases and parasites. Myself, Eski, Nick, and Danny headed into the cranium while the rest stood watch outside. A little ways into the cavern, we found Stephen and Nicola, our initial search and rescue team. Nick and Danny carried them to safety while Heskey and myself continued further in. So I guess it was the day after. 33rd Expedition, Captain Nathaniel Terry. And I guess it's month, day, year. That helps now. February 23rd, 1824. Primary objective in this expedition was to find a suitable site to establish for a base of operations down in the crater. By doing so, we would be able to leave a team stationed there for far greater research efficiency. We needed to pick somewhere far away from both the cranium and the flower fields, however. While we were evaluating one possible site, we were suddenly ambushed by a strange creature. It was enormous, with an imposing, monstrous physique, unlike any type of organism I'd ever seen. Mutation Experiment G00. God dang. Mutation Experiment G00 Etta Nouvelle. In a previous failed attempt, we found that... Well, this shouldn't be candidate to search one then. We found that the subject's body tissue was unable to withstand the effects of craniogen-induced reconstruction. To that end, we are continuing to dilute the cranogen upon extraction from our cranium sample cells in the hopes of finding an optimal potency. At the same time, it is our hope that we can also find a test subject whose natural body composition is more well suited to endure reconstruction. We tracked down what appears to be a promising candidate. He suffers from an extremely rare deficiency in myostatin, a protein that inhibits muscle growth. The genetic disorder means he can build muscle mass at several times the rate of an average human being. I'll refer to him as Subject G, his first initial going forward. He attempted to make contact with Subject G, but he seems unlikely to agree to an experiment of this nature at the present time. His younger brother suffers from a heart condition that presumably requires very costly treatment. From what I can tell, most of the fight money he earns from local MMA tournaments is going directly to that. I assumed that for a considerable enough sum of money, he might be persuaded to sign on, but alas, as I see it, there are two main obstacles preventing us from reaching an agreement with Subject G at this time. The first being that he has received another highly lucrative offer in the form of an invite to Dignity National MMA Tournament. Second being that his younger brother seems well on his way to recovery, rendering financial incentives much less enticing. With regards to the former, the Dignity promoter could likely be coerced or bribed if need be. As for the brother, though, perhaps an unfortunate accident requiring an extension to his hospital stay would alleviate those concerns. Yeah, it would be quite the risk, of course, but we could always hire a professional. I've gained Subject G's consent to take part in our experiment. He did make a few stipulations, but nothing went too far beyond our expected scope. Perhaps the most peculiar request was that he transfer his younger brother to a different hospital that met his specific criteria. In addition, we'll need to transfer his primary care physician to the new facility along with him, but this shouldn't pose any problem. Small price to pay given how much it'll contribute to furthering our research. Nancy! This is all my fault. I should never been so trusting. I've no right to call myself a mother. Yeah, I mean, same. It said it's a 50-50. If I'm lucky and she's forgotten everything, then maybe. If you just sign the dotted line for me. Perfect, thank you. So in 5 years' time, or rather, precisely 5 years from the child's date of birth, are we clear? Yes. They bust through the window. I'm too awake right now. The other night, no need to open the curtains. You can see a young girl reflected in the mirror. Oh, Nancy, what's wrong, sweetheart? Can't sleep? Yeah, I just kind of woke up. Oh dear, what am I ever going to do with you? Make a little bit of milk tea would help. Uh-huh. Alright, have a seat, hon. I'll whip up some in a jiffy. Okay. You haven't had your milk tea yet. Well, I I did press up. This is Mom's study. Our favorite houseplant. Dad takes good care of it. What's this? Investigation results. After some successful bribery, I finally gathered intel that confirms what I feared most. The lab is taking human test subjects and turning them into... I don't know what any of this means. Here you go, sweetheart. Thanks. But you better go straight back to bed once you're done. I will. Oh yeah, guess what I just realized, Mom? My birthday is next month. Mom, is something wrong? Oh, no, not at all, dear. Right, of course. Your birthday. Is there anything you'd like as a gift or... Mom, are you crying? Oh, no, sweetheart. Mommy's just fine. Now go on, dear. Time for bed. Be sure to brush your teeth. Okay. Good night, sweetheart. Oh, so Gustav hears her. Oh, come on now. You know we can't do that. But if we don't do something, they'll... Mom and Dad are fighting again. Feels like that's all they ever do lately. Bleh. Eh. No, no. 1 week left until Nancy's 5th birthday. Good morning, Nancy. Oh, morning, Mom. Dear God. Listen, sweetheart. How would you like to go on a trip with Mommy for your birthday? Does that sound good? Ooh, yeah, okay. Where are we going? Hmm. Probably somewhere far away if I had to guess. Like where and how long will we be gone? Hmm. Good question. Is Dad coming too? I mean, I feel like it's clear what the story is here. No, sweetie, it'll just be you and Mommy. I want to go as a family. Yeah, yes, believe me, dear. That's what I wanted too. Anyway, Mommy has to go to work now, sweetheart. You'll be staying home with Daddy today, so you be a good girl, okay? Okay, I will. Maybe I should go out to the living room. Alright, this line's starting to feel a little messed up. Like maybe later when we turn into a monster, the line will change. Morning, Dad. Morning, kiddo. Hey, Dad, can I have some milk tea? Milk tea? Sure, alright. Is your sheet of paper sticking out of the briefcase? Read it? Yeah, sure. Let's snoop. Standard operating protocol for all lab experiments and necessary follow-up procedures. Conducting experiments, the chief staff member on duty should abide by the following guidelines when determining the best response to a given situation. If the subject becomes deranged or shows the signs of growing violent, the subject must be immediately... Nancy? Didn't I tell you not to touch my briefcase? Bacon right now. You can go sit down. Let's steal your chair. Yeah, I usually sit on the other side. Kind of figure. Okay, here you go. Thanks. You know, I really love the way Mom makes her milk tea, but I kind of like the way you do it too. It's different, but in a good way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah? You can tell the difference, huh? Yeah. Cute. Anyway, why don't you go play in your room once you're finished drinking that, kiddo? Will you come play with me too, Dad? Yeah, you know what? Guess it wouldn't hurt every once in a while. Actually, no. Sorry, kiddo. He's very busy right now. Go play by yourself. Okay. That's depressing. He kind of... Like, he resigned already. Right since the beginning. It's definitely a messed up situation, but I guess... It's... like... Being a realist, I guess. He might know what this place is capable of. And just giving up without even trying. Oh, your fault our chub misbehaved so much. I was stealing my pudding out of the fridge and wetting the bed and stuff. What do you expect me to do? It's easy. Whenever she acts up, you just have to... What was it again? You gonna run out and ask? Hang on a minute. I feel like Mom had a book about stuff like this. Maybe I'll go look for it in her study. Pair of dolls that Mom bought for me. You still busy? Of course. Well, those were all the books. Coping with infertility. Raising your first child. This must be all about making milk tea, I bet. Both Mom and Dad are so good at it. Infertility? Oh, what's that? Oh, here it is. What to do when a child misbehaves. Take care not to get overly emotional. And... Okay, got it. Nancy. You're not supposed to be in here. Oh, Dad. Sorry. I was just looking for one of Mom's books. I see. Oh, just don't make a mess of things. Don't want your mother to get upset. Okay. Go on a rampage. One day left until Nancy's 5th birthday. Nancy. Nancy, wake up, sweetheart. Mom? Is it morning already? I'm so sleepy. Let's go for a little drive, dear. Ah. Are we going somewhere far away? Yes, dear. Where's Dad? He's at home sleeping in bed, sweetheart. Oh, he's not coming? No, I'm afraid not. I wish he would come too. Listen, Nancy. I don't think we can trust your father. He's, well... Sorry. I really shouldn't be telling you all this. Especially when this was all my fault to begin with. If I just hadn't taken those monsters at their word. And yet, if it weren't for that, you never would have been... Still don't know. Did I do the right thing, or am I the real monster? Hey, we're prying on your desperation. I don't get it. Wow, it's already getting light out. Where are we? This is a cabin that belongs to a friend of mine, sweetie. So it's a bit Spartan, admittedly. They know. They saw you talking to this friend already, probably. Well, it might... At least we're surrounded by nature. Might be nice for a change. We're gonna take it easy. Lay low here for a few days, dear. You think you'll be okay with that? Yeah, but... Oh, Nancy. I don't care what anyone says. I promise I'll protect you. No matter what happens, I'll stay right by your side. Come on. He left our side. Mom? Where are you? I can hear people talking outside. Oh. Here she is. Wait, who are those other people out there? You're Tobias's family, I take it. Daughter inside the shack. You can't take Nancy away. We can, will. Drag her out, man. I just can't put the emotion for these voices. I won't let you. Damn. Tempo, eh? They won't have to resort to using force, but... Give it up. Stop resisting. Tobias. I knew it. Sold us out, didn't you? Don't act like I'm the bad guy here. You knew what you were... You knew what you were signing up for. Home, Tobias. Didn't think you'd be back this early. Is he upset because it wasn't really his? Something on your mind, dear? Listen, honey. About the infertility thing. Apparently the drug company I work for is developing a new prototype artificial womb. Hasn't been officially announced yet. But they're looking for people to take part in the clinical trial. If I were to ask, we might even be able to get priority enrollment. Really? Yeah. Wait, the condition is that we have to return the child? Correct. Well, I wasn't expecting that part. We create 2 children for you via our artificial womb. But once the first child turns 5 years old, you'll need to return them to the lab. How is that even legal, though? We handle all the custody procedure here on our end, so there's no need to worry. But sounds like you're unsure. Now let's just forget we ever had this conversation. Uh, what will happen to the child after I return them? Nothing bad, I assure you. They'll be adopted into other families who are unable to bear their own children, like yourselves. Cannot deny this is a for-profit business venture for us at a medical firm. As a medical firm. Dear God, why did I just give up on this? But it's also those funds that allow us to develop this new artificial womb. Alright. But I have a request. I'd like to wait to have the second child until after the first one is returned. I couldn't possibly separate two siblings who've grown up together for so long. Very well. I believe we can accommodate that. Have you just signed on the dotted line for me? Perfect. Thank you. In 5 years' time, or blah blah blah, yep. Feels extremely illegal. I wasn't thinking straight. And also, done a lot of research over these past 5 years. What? Wait a minute. So dark, it's kind of hard to tell, but isn't that... You gonna run out and say, Daddy? Dad? Nancy. Oh, go from out here. Go back inside now. Restrain her. Run, Nancy. Huh? Damn it. Come on, men, after them. Oh, I'll go. They're my family, after all. Now imagine if he did the right thing, since they stayed behind. Harry, please. Time to hand Nancy over. Is it still in peacefully? Not too late to save you. To save me? What about our daughter? You must think I'm totally clueless, huh? Done a lot of research over these past 5 years. Don't try to deny all that stuff about our child being adopted by another family. It was all a lie. That workplace of yours is not even a pharmaceutical company at all, is it? The lab, where they're running experiments on human beings, turning them into monstrosities. And now they're even stooped to using innocent children. Harry, if they hear you talking like that, it won't end well for you either. Please, just give her to me. Absolutely not. I'll never let them take her away. Dad? Come on, Nancy. Over here, kiddo. No, don't listen to him, Nancy. What's going on? Dad? Why are you fighting? Why can't we just say sorry and get along? Nancy. Believe me. I don't like this either. Deep down. Probably shouldn't have suggested it. Kind of a dick move. Finish drinking that. Can't play with me. Yeah. We've read all this. I don't like this either. Deep down. Oh, crap. Nancy. Wish it were that simple. Can't tell you how many times I wish I didn't have to be like this kiddo. Don't know what to do. do anymore. But I just hate to bias you over there. Over here. Damn. Hurry it up, would you? Please, Mary, I'm begging you. We don't have much time. Tobias, what are you? Ah! Oh God, Mary, Nancy, what have I done? Hey, Mary. Hmm. Is Nancy? Is she okay? No. Damn. I mean, she's fine. Looks like she suffered a fatal injury. She probably won't survive much longer. Oh, no, God, no. This is all my fault. Should have never been so trusting. Should have never married you. I do know one way to save her. Let me take her to the lab. You monster. Even now, you still want to use her for your sick experiments? Harry, you got it all wrong. Guess it wasn't your fault. I'm the one to blame. I just couldn't bear to see how miserable you were, unable to bear our child. That's the only reason I suggest we try using the artificial womb. Even knowing full well what it would mean for the child it birthed. For Nancy. Just a coward who was too afraid to fight the higher-ups, even when it put you in danger. Now I finally had to pay the price. So sorry. It hurt so much better. How do you intend to save her exactly? We'll take her to the lab and do some mutation. You mean? They'll turn her into a monster, yes. But it's the only shot we have at saving her life. You can't be serious. Even if it'll save her life, she'll still end up exactly where the lab wants her. I know. Which is why I plan to lie in my report and say she passed away mid-mutation. That way I convince the lab she's worthless and set her free into the underworld. Underworld? That was kind of real, actually. And you think she'll be safe there? That I can't say for sure, unfortunately. Don't know much about it, but it's said to be a very hazardous, hostile place. In that case, do the same to me. Send me down the underworld with her. What? Then I can at least watch over her. Try to keep her safe. You can make that happen, can't you? Well, yes, but if it means turning me into a monster, then so be it. Please, Tobias, do this for me. Alright. Oh, damn. Are they dead? No. We can still save them. Bring them both back to the lab with us. Wait, both of them? No, there wasn't a target for us, though. Oh. They won't mind the extra specimen, I'm sure. If anything happens, I'll take full responsibility. Two subjects this time, eh? Think they'll be good candidates. They're both in pretty bad shape. That should be fine. Real question is, will they be able to survive with their minds intact? making steady improvements to our caranogen solution. Our success rate for bypassing reconstruction of the brain and its neural pathways is still quite low. Could go either way. It's 50-50. What happens when the brain gets reconstructed? Death. Worst case. Second worst case, they suffer ego death. The result of the reconstruction process and go deranged. Feels kind of funny to describe something like that as only the second worst case. What are we hoping for then? Oh, the best possible outcome is for the test subjects to simply lose their memories. I see. 50-50. Well, Tobias, how's it look? Oh, look, unfortunately. Looks like we were too late. Same here, it seems. They're both dead. It's a shame to be sure, but I think we'll have to dispose of them both. I see. Very well. Hmm. Oh, what the? I'm alive? I don't remember. Nancy. Hmm? Yeah, oh, wait. Huh? I have no right to call myself a mother anymore. Nancy? Who are you? It's me, dear. It's Mary. Don't you remember me? I'm your... They said it's 50-50. But if I'm lucky and she's forgotten everything... Mary, who's that? And... who am I? And maybe... No need to panic, my dear. Your name is Nancy. I'm... Nancy? Yes, and I'm Mary, your maidservant. You have nothing to fear. I'll stay by your side. And keep you safe for as long as I live. I'm trying to remember, like, the game mechanics during their fights. Oh, it sucks for him. It's hard to feel sympathy for him when he brought it upon himself. Check out these logs. Okay, so the old ones also get updated. Alternative adventures. Front workers log, April 2nd, 1826. I kind of trailed off for a second there because the I feel like all the other ones were month, day, year, all numbers instead of what it just did. Also, the game probably just muted for a bit. Alt tab out. And I didn't read any of that. Let's run it back. Some time has now passed since crater surveys were suspended. In the interim, the committee has been closely considering several interesting proposals regarding potential use of the crater. One such proposal, about which the committee chair seems particularly enthusiastic, is to use it as a dumping ground for all manner of refuse. Humanity does have an ever-growing trash epidemic, so the prospect of an enormous landfill that requires no sorting could be lucrative indeed. It could be even used to get rid of hazardous materials that would be extremely difficult to safely dispose of through traditional means. This might not actually be such a bad idea after all. If I recall, the main guy in the game is just like, he's a trash eater. I think he was something they made in a lab and he just grew fucking strong. After Nick and Danny left with Steven and Nicola. Again, I don't know. I know Nicola. I'm just gonna say fucking Nicola, whatever. Heskey and myself continued further in. Gradually, I noticed that Heskey began using far fouler language, making oddly vicious insults. In extremely rare form, even considering that we were lost in a dark, humid cavern. Heskey's the cheeriest man I know. The only time I've ever heard him be so uncharacteristically morbid was at Patrick's funeral service. Soon, I also started feeling unwell, so I called off the search, and then had to drag Heskey back outside. And they are working backwards from going into the underworld, so yeah, there was that cave of illusionary BS. By the time we made it out, Heskey had lost consciousness, and I was feeling woozy myself. But Nick and Danny, who seemed to have made it out okay. Steven and Nicola. Who they'd rescued were still unconscious, but luckily they seemed to be alive. I was still worried about Jamie and Gary, but we had 3 teammates in need of medical attention, so we returned to the service yet again. Flower fields. 21st Craters Ascent Expedition Report by Captain Luke Mira. Date of departure, October 2nd, 1817. Our primary objectives in this expedition were to expand our research area in an attempt to find agents Jamie and Gary. I split the team into 2 and put Orion's squad in charge of finding our missing agents. Though I knew we were unlikely to find them, and judging from Captain Orion's report, it may be too late even if we did. As such, I instructed Ryan to not overdo it and return in a timely manner if things were not looking promising. I knew he had a tendency to get carried away, you see. My squad, meanwhile, started investigating an all-new sector and quickly happened upon a strange location indeed. I feel like I might have missed something. It was a field of flowers. As far as the eye could see, seemed too beautiful a place to exist at the bottom of a giant crater like this. Though I've never seen this type of flower before, they appear to be completely innocuous. But it seems I was wrong, as Kenny suddenly fainted while investigating the field. He had no external injuries, so my instincts told me there must be some innate danger involved in prolonged exposure to them. We hurried to collect with Kenny's unconscious body and retreated to a safe distance from the field. And on monsters? Creature encountered grew visibly agitated the instant it spotted us and proceeded to attack our agents mercilessly. But since our recent expeditions had encountered little danger aside from the ones near the cranium and flower fields, we had not come prepared with suitable firearms and were thus woefully under-equipped to deal with this unforeseen threat. I had no recourse but to order an emergency evacuation, but even then, we still lost Agents Frank, Petter, and Didier in the process. Agent Ashley claimed she heard the creature speaking in what sounded like its own language. But even assuming that it was, it's unclear what this might mean from an anthropological standpoint. Age variance. Our experiment to reconstruct a juvenile brain has shown some semblance of success thus far. Also, why the fuck are they doing this? The subject is growing up and developing intelligence just like a normal human would. So, even if the experiment can be called a success, however, the question of efficiency remains. We do not know at what rate mutated subjects will grow yet, but we surely cannot raise each and every one from childhood. To that end, we will need to gather data on exactly how brain maturity correlates to negative side effects during reconstruction and why. But the question then becomes, how will we find enough optimal test subjects to research this? And there it goes, the internet's down. Procuring a large quantity of young test subjects, in particular, should prove a formidable task. Everything is riskier than when done in bulk, and we're treading on thin ice legally as it is. Damn it. We'll have to think of some sort of new methodology. Artificial womb. Heard through the grapevine that another department has been developing a viable artificial womb prototype. Linked up with them, it floated the idea that might just allow us to gather test subjects of any age we might desire. We offer priority access to parents willing to raise multiple children on the condition they give up one child when it reaches said age. It's genius. It's fucked up. All the financial burden of raising them will be on the parents until they're old enough to be tested. It'll still take time, of course, but that's no different from G01, and we're raising that one ourselves. Oh, that's, shit. I don't remember any of the names. But it was like the guy that was supervising us, I think. Don't see why we can't plant seeds for future experiments concurrently. Tobias's log? I think it was Tobias. Can't believe it's already been 4 years since Nancy was born. Perhaps I was too short-sighted. I was so certain I wouldn't grow attached, and yet there was only 1 year left. And even after we give her back and receive our next child, will I be able to just smile and go on living like I always have? At least Mary was ignorant, but I know everything, including what's going to become of our daughter. Not that there's any point in fretting over it. We could never defy the lab. Yeah, I mean, I said that during it. Nancy's 5th birthday's fast approaching. Mary seems to be thinking of taking Nancy and running away. I'd like to think she wouldn't actually do such a thing, but... well, it happened. I'm just thinking of Borderlands 2, some of the audio logs. Gonna go mess with this dog. Dog ate my leg. All that happened. Mary said, oh yeah, I already read that. I've warned her over and over again that we can't annul the contract, but she didn't listen. Sure, the lab will realize what's up and go after her right away. And if that happens, they'll probably take Mary too. I know the chances are slight. My only hope now is to come clean to the lab, take them to her myself. Lost everything. Yes, I know I only have myself to blame. I was weak, powerless. My only fucking thoughts. Somehow my internet didn't go down, but dang it. Only pray the two of them will be able to live in relative happiness in the underworld as mother and daughter. Actually, I can't tell if my internet's going down or not. The bot's still, messages still showing up in chat, but whatever. Episode Lynn. This is all kind of just story supplement. No one buys a lottery ticket with the expectation that they'll actually win. Yet by buying in the scantest possibility that Trump is born. Doesn't matter if they win or lose. It's all about that tiny little rush they get as they eagerly await the results. That's all I've really done here, nothing more. Also that maybe, just maybe, in 5 or 10 years, or 20, or even one of them might just surprise me. Ah, what a thrill. And of course, naturally, if I had any particular voices for these characters, I definitely don't remember. Are you awake? Good morning, Lynn. Lynn? Oh yes, pardon me, that's your name. Who am I? Your name is Lynn. You are a monster who I created here. I am your father. You're my dad? Yeah, that's correct. From a purely genetic standpoint. It was also me who turned you from a normal human to a monster with my own 2 hands. All to achieve your true objective. Hmm? You just made that up, didn't you? What? You're trying to sound all psychopathic. I don't really get that impression from you at all. I can kind of tell when someone's lying to me. Interesting. Maybe the father angle might make you more willing to follow my instructions. I guess I didn't work. You're sharper than I expected. I'm Nell. I'm the one who's in charge of your education. Where are we? Oh, the cradle. This is where you were created. Once your education is complete, you'll be released into the outside world so that you can go and achieve your objective. Correct. You were created to achieve a particular objective. My job to teach you the things you'll need to know in order to accomplish that. I wanted to see if they say something different. I don't think they ever do. A1. Allow me to explain your main objective. You were created in order to kill a specific person. Well, that's a spicy twist. So who's this guy I gotta kill? Alright, for starters, why don't you try using the keyboard in front of you to open the file named Lalana. Layana? Probably Layana. Think you can do that? Not sure. I'll try to figure it out, I guess. Is it on? That's the call button. They should never have to use it. I'll contact you from my end whenever necessary. I'll explain that later. First try using the keyboard, yeah. Tutorial. Unexpected error. Tutorial 001 could not be found. Len, do you remember me? It is I, Layana. I suppose it hardly matters if you've forgotten. You must come and find me. Then you must kill me. If you can do that, I will grant your any wish. But when I tell you my location, you must find and reach me yourself. Weird. What's this? Voice recording left for you by Leanna. As you just heard, we have no idea to his current whereabouts. You'll have to track down and kill him using nothing but your own wits. Won't be easy. Chances are it'll take years of preparation to even make a proper attempt. But that is your life's one and only objective. You sure are asking an awful lot of me. That sounds kind of fun, though. Oh, in any case, I think we can leave it at that for today. Get you some food. Food? Correct. Or, well, it's just a nutrient slurry, but still. You can inject yourself with it once per day for nourishment. Use a little keypad on your right to input the amount of nutrients you'd like to inject yourself with. Given your body size, I think about 200 milliliters per day will do. Right now, punch 200 on the right keypad. Right hand keypad. Okay then. Yes, that's it. I'll try punching 200 for the amount. You do it? Great. Now those tubes you're hooked up to will inject you with the vital nutrients while you're asleep. I'm gonna make them nasal. The thing about people is that they're always giving off all sorts of information. Through their body language, their eyes, their attitudes, without even realizing it. Even the tone and tempo of a single word can speak about volumes. And I kind of get that. I get that. Like I pick it up when people are typing different. All sorts of tells you can use if you only know where to look. Why? Can't tell any of that stuff though. Oh, tempting to be me is quite futile, yes. Or I not only know what to look for, but how to conceal my true intentions as well. Ooh, interesting. Is it always Nell and Lynn back and forth here? Or jumping ahead 3 days? So you see, Leanna was originally a researcher here at this laboratory. But before that, he was a world-famous magician and bold entrepreneur. He had it all: riches, fame. There was nothing in the entire world that was beyond his reach. They don't say. And why do we want to kill him exactly? Actually, I guess it's Nell and Leanna talking to each other, maybe? I don't know. And you really don't remember anything? I see. You heard the other day, if you manage to kill him, you'll be granted anything you wish. Isn't that reason enough? Yeah, I guess, but... What's wrong? You seem unwell. No, I'm totally good. Don't worry about me. I see. Well, if you say so. I think we can call it here for today. Don't forget to inject your daily dose of nutrients. That's 200 milliliters, remember? Damn it. Okay, good night. I should have messed around a little bit. The detective show you mentioned the other day was kind of boring, actually. Oh, it wasn't now. Rather highly rated TV drama, though. I figured out who the killer was by the second episode. The actor is being way too obvious. Gave away the whole mystery. I suppose that just goes to show how perceptive you've become. Gotta be sure. High reputation is for exactly that reason. Really? Yes. Because once the truth has come to light, you can go back. You see what the killer was leaving subtle hints that point to his guilt all along. The actor knew exactly what he was doing in that regard. It's so painfully obvious, though. Perhaps to you it is, but for most, it's just the right amount. Foreshadowing is only effective if it's feasible for the viewer to pick up on it, after all. Day 13. So there's both the world above where humans live and as well as the underworld where monsters dwell. Traveling between the two is no mean feat. Didn't we already cover this like 4 days ago? Did we? Also, why do I need to know this stuff anyway? Like you said, it's your job to educate me. These lectures sure feel random. Not that I have anything better to do right now, obviously. Okay, that's enough for today. Don't forget your daily nutrients. Alright, well, I guess maybe there wasn't gonna be anything. It is just read dialogue. 18. I'm kinda surprised you haven't gotten bored of talking to me already. That's my job, after all. Right? So how long are we gonna keep this up, huh? Shouldn't I be more than ready by now? Sure, what else there could possibly be left to teach me. Yes, perhaps you're right. Do believe it should be just about time. Oh, nice. So you'll let me out of here then? Hello? Weird. They hung up? Day 23, so 5 days later? Why is that yellow now? So, is there just no lesson plan for today, or? Hello? Can you hear me? Ah, geez, they hung up again. Maybe just calling from my end? This Ileana seems kind of weird though. So strange. What's going on? At this rate, I'll be the first one to. Hey, what's the matter? Want to talk about it? Shut up! You don't talk to me. Oh man. Hope they're still getting their nutrients. Ah, just 2 days later. And you. Oh, yeah, what's up? You've been giving yourself 200 milliliters of nutrients per day, right? Yeah, why? Be a little light above the keypad. What color is it right now? Let me see. It looks like it's green. If not really. No, you. Yeah, gotta be kidding me. How can that possibly be? This isn't fair. It's not fair, I tell you. Doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I lied. You lied? Yep. Yeah, about what? I've been giving myself 40 milliliter per day, not 200. You... Well then, you do remember everything, don't you? I love your human memories, just like me, don't you? Wait, no, even if you did remember. I still deleted the tutorials. How could you know the rules? Nah, I don't remember anything. I have no idea what you're talking about right now either. I can just tell you were lying to me about the whole nutrients thing, so I figured I better not. What? Pretty good at sussing out other people's lies, you see? But when I wrecked my brain to figure out why you might have lied to me about all that, like, for instance, maybe it wasn't actually nutrients, but some sort of poison. No, it isn't. It's exactly what I told you it was. The nutrients are necessary for your survival. Yeah, I figured that out eventually after playing around with it a bit. Mainly because a lower amount does seem to make you feel worse. So I made some adjustments to figure out the lowest amount I could reasonably live with. So I almost went a little too low a couple times. I see, alright then. If you're the one who's going to survive, then I suppose it's only fair. What's up? Okay. Return the files to their original state. Use your keypad to open the file named tutorial. And now, you both remember me. As I... Okay, yeah. Ayana. I suppose it hardly matters if you've forgotten. Of the two of you, only one will be able to make it out of there. Which will it be, you ask? Whoever survives longer. I've supplied each of you with the same amount of nutrients necessary for your survival. Once per day, you'll have the option to inject yourself for the amount you see fit. How you choose to ration them is up to you, but once you run out, you'll starve to death. If you make it out though, you must come to me, find me, and then you must kill me. You can there grant your any wish. Tell my location, reach me yourself. Alright, yeah. Pretty fucked up. You understand now? Ah. Ayana set up 2 cradles here, one for each of us. Turn me into a monster same as you. And left us trapped in these cages and forced us to compete in this demented game of his. So you remember everything, huh? Like your life as a human before this and whatnot? Yeah, I remember all of it. This is a different character then. Ayana was my father. Our father, I should say. Well, I got to see him on rare occasion. The children all across the world, gifted boys and girls he blessed with his unique brand of education. So not really your father. And one day he selected you and I out of all of them. The 3 of us spent a week or so living together. He was gone so much that we were often left at home to play together. We became friends in no time. You're the first person I ever met who was as smart as I was, while still being similar in age. I know now is hardly the right time to see saying this, but it was a lot of fun living with you. And after only a week, he sent us both down. Said that since we were his most gifted children, he had a special assignment to give the 2 of us. And then he proceeded to explain his plan. Turned the 2 of us into monsters. and make us compete to see who could survive. And although he was the greatest liar I ever knew, I could immediately tell this is neither a joke nor a bluff. Hey, why lie about such a thing? Hey, why sit around and, like, go through it? If you are so smart, tell him to go fuck himself. Defend yourselves if you need to. Probably because they were just kids. He put us to sleep with some sort of anesthetic. Next thing I knew, I woke up in here. Anything else you'd like to ask me? It was a tutorial. You mean the audio file? Leanna prepared to explain the rules of this game to both of us. Yes, I found it as soon as I woke up. Immediately deleted part of its data so it became unreadable. You could do that? Yeah, it was easy to locate and access the file. And the editing permissions were pretty lax, all things considered. I'm guessing you would have had a hard time doing the same since you lost all your memories. All I did was make a few little tweaks, save as a new file under the name of Leanna. Figured it would be an easy way to keep you in the dark. Since I woke up first and got to hear the full explanation, I had a huge leg up on you. Even had time to cover up camera on my end with a little bit of my own blood. Which, you know, seems like a bad idea if you're trying to survive. Bleeding out. Remember the first time I conned you after you woke up? I realized right away then that you lost all your memories. Now as I decided I tried to manipulate you. Figured that by pretending to be an authority figure, could get you to use up all your nutrients before I finished mine. I mean, why mention the nutrients at all? I don't know what he's after. But then again, I could never really tell what was running through that head of his. Still, if he wants us to find and kill him, I guess we'll have to give it our best shot. Oh, that's what I'd like to say, but it was you who won the game. So I'll leave it to you, Lynn. Track him down and teach him a lesson for both of us, okay? Alright, no more questions. She can die now. Too bad it didn't... It's frustrating, though. And here I thought I was pretty good in deceiving people. Hey, don't sell yourself short. I think you did a great job. Not gonna lie, you kind of had me going there for a while with the whole education angle. Oh yeah, that was just a little bit of misdirection. Misdirection? Yeah. Actually, don't they both survive? Oh, there are a bunch of different ways of doing it, but basically it's just a method of drawing attention away from the true act of deception. Remember how I lied and said I was your father at first? Oh, you saw right through that, of course, but it also drew your attention away, and as a result, you let my second lie slip right past without questioning it. Oh, right. Makes sense. I guess it's almost time now for me to leave you by yourself. Oh, dang. It's really gonna be it's gonna be real lonely without you. Please. I beg of you. Kill him for both of us. I mean... Yeah, the door's open. You can just hook Nell up to her side. And then input some nutrients. Maybe that'll help. The ceiling opens up and you feel a lukewarm breeze blowing in. At last, you're free to leave the cradle. Wait, where am I? Yeah, was that just gonna end? Oh yes, the hallway. Where weird mind illusionary BS happens. Oh, hang on a sec. This has gotta be that underworld place, huh? Here's the back of you. Enough for both of us. Oh, it sounds like a fun challenge, at least. But didn't I hear that it's not easy to get up to the human world? If I did make it up there, it'd be pretty hard to kill Leona while I'm stuck in this weird body. Well, I'm glad I paid attention to all those lessons now. So no choice then. I just focus on finding a way to gather intel down here for now. I hope there's lots of fun stuff to do in this world too. Yeah, new data logs. I'm going to go use the restroom before I continue this, because there's probably still like a whole other hour of this. Be right back. Alright. So we gotta go. Yeah, let's read these. The survey is resumed. It has been almost a century now since we began using the crater as an all-purpose dumping ground. But even now, there are still those who believe we should resume our expedition to the crater's depths. Things the biggest concern are related to the unknown organisms that were reported of in surveys prior to the project's suspension. These creatures apparently killed several researchers and seem to communicate in a manner not dissimilar from human speech. Given that mankind has always feared the unknown, I dare say it's only a matter of time before the surveys will one day resume. Neither two teammates we'd rescued nor Heskey had suffered any visible external injuries. When Heskey came to, he acted as though he had just woken up from a nightmare and had no memory of the cruel things he said to me. Stephen and Nicola Nicola seem to have suffered even worse side effects. Either of them have shown any signs of regaining consciousness. They're still breathing, of course, but in an utterly vegetative state. Apparently, they've gone effectively brain dead. Doctor seems to think they'll probably never wake up again. In which case, even if we did find Jamie and Gary, at this point, it would likely be much too late. Number 5. Postscript Addendum. In the end, we never found Jamie or Gary. And in fact, another 10 expedition members went MIA in our repeat attempts to recover their bodies. All of them seemed to have been inexplicably swallowed up by the cranium without a trace. Neither Stephen nor Nicola have shown any signs of waking up either. They likely never will. Needless to say, the cranium and its surrounding area have been labeled off limits for the safety of future expedition teams. Oh, except, not very long after. Thankfully, we were able to get Kenny back to safety, but many questions still remained. I've heard the stories about what happened inside the cranium, but it seemed these fields had similar adverse side effects. We decided to make our way back to the rendezvous point and link up with Ryan's squad. "34th Crater Descent Expedition, Captain Jan Dudek. January 8th, 1929. This historic expedition was the first descent into the crater's depths in over a century, so it may as well have been the first one ever as far as anyone alive today was concerned. But upon investigation, well, to be frank, we believe further expeditions would be unwise. In the past century, the crater has become a monster's den. From previous expedition logs, it seems monster encounters were still quite rare 100 years ago. That was not our experience. We encountered 2 in just the time it took to reach the cranium from our nearby descent point. Luckily, we suffered no casualties. But you couldn't pay me enough to go back down there. Getting the hell out of this line of work." Go back. I wanted to see what date those were. Pure mutation experiment. Inception. Pure mutation. Lars Freyer already claimed that our previous attempts at reconstructing humans have achieved satisfactory results, given how long they've taken. Especially since mutations done via our cranogen solution can only be considered imitations at best. So they're just trying to make new people. Hence our new project to create a pure mutated life form using the full power of the cranium itself. The idea has been there for quite a while, actually, but it seemed unfeasible due to various risks. On top of that, there is the unexpected transmission from the underworld 30 years ago. Our field research activities have been heavily restricted ever since. There are countless problems to consider, but I am confident our researchers will find a way. It seems the experiment will be spearheaded by an individual who was just recently brought into work at the laboratory. Procedure is quite simple. We install 2 cradles containing test subjects inside the cranium. We carry the cradles down in parts and construct them on site. We'll have to be careful though, as the cranium's interior is not safe to remain in for extended periods, even with full hazmat equipment. We will monitor the subject's vitals remotely and retrieve them once reconstruction is complete. And then at last we will have pure monster specimen. Considerations. One major consideration is that human activities in the underworld have become heavily restricted in the past 30 years and change. Based on recent precedent, we will likely be expected to honor the following 3 main rules. No interacting with local life forms, no leaving anything in the crater, no taking anything from the crater. With this in mind, we will attempt to make our descent as close to the cranium as we possibly can. We will technically be violating rules in 2 and 3, but should be able to receive authorization so long as we collect everything afterwards. Major setback. Leanna has gone missing, which means the project no longer has its main visionary and director. He is the only one who knows the procedure for releasing the test subjects from the cradles while the world is going on. Suspension. Given Leanna's disappearance, we no longer have any means of retrieving our test subjects from the cradles. On top of that, we received notice from above that descents will be even more restricted now. Believe it or not, it seems we've officially entered into a neutrality pact with the underworld. Yeah, I remember that being the main game. As such, we unfortunately have no choice but to suspend this experiment indefinitely. Leanna's logs. There may not have... Oh my god. Read it. Don't just guess or skim. Fear there may not be anything left in this world which is capable of surpassing my expectations. Even learning of a research facility conducting experiments to turn humans into so-called monsters did not surprise me in the least. It did pique my interest, however, as I've always been fascinated by things with high uncertainty levels. After joining their research teams and conducting a few experiments, I believe that these monsters may possess the slightest possibility of one day surpassing my expectations. I thought I heard someone talking. All I want is to lend an element of unpredictability to my life. From what I can glean from prior research data, it seems monsters have a much higher degree of individual variance than humans. Imagine how interesting that could make things. For instance, if I hired a hitman to assassinate me, that would be no different from taking my own life at the end of the day. But creating a monster I know nothing about that might just come and kill me someday, now that could be a real thrill. I'd do anything to feel that rush, but I refuse to use these imitation monsters we're making right now. They're too human, too predictable. And you need a pure specimen, one born in the cranium itself. But they didn't do that. It's done. Cradles have been successfully installed. 2 of them will now take part in a twisted game designed solely to endanger an animosity toward me and gender. Can't say whether or not it will play out exactly as I intended, but even that is its own thrill. I have no more business here. Now, where shall I go next? So this person's just stupid. Ah, yes. Sebastian. Actually, I guess he was actually the big dude. What the? I'm alive? No, he was the old man that... Isn't there like time traveling shenanigans, sort of? What's this? A mirror? No, not much point in having one of those down. Huh? Whoa, what the? That's my reflection. I think it was a human went to the field of flowers. It goes back in time, becomes a monster. That monster is one of the older characters in the game, part of the council. But they also see the human version of themselves. Again, it has been a long time. If it's canned, then it should be safe to eat, right? Hey, maybe I could use this too. Hey, mind if I take a look around here too? Shut up. I'm scavenging here, shrimp. Get lost or get wrecked. Oh, okay, okay, sheesh. This lawless world was in desperate need of order and civilization. Not that I had such grand ambitions at the time, mind you. But I knew I had no choice now but to learn how to live as a monster. Hey, how's it going? What do you want? Don't get in my way. Some food here. Don't you want any? Cooked it over a fire, so I'm pretty sure you'll find it tastier than just eating things raw. You got food? Punch. No, not punch, munch. Well, what do you think? I mean, guess it tastes differ. Guess tastes would differ, so maybe it won't be to your liking. Damn, that was great. They're building up the town. I was going to survive in this world. I had no choice but to come to slowly build it up into a place where I could live in peace and comfort. Are we moving? Been a while. There's some meat simmering in the pot. Pretty much any meat can taste okay if you cook it right. Looks like you're getting pretty good at working the fire. I think I'll leave the cooking to you from now on. You can count on me, Chief. I got this. Went ahead and gathered some disposed goods that seem fixable, but it'll probably be a long time until we can actually use them. Even the houses are still just basic mud huts right now. Okay. But one day we'll get there. We're using this as a food storehouse, but there's no reason to go in there right now. This house is still vacant. Nothing to do here at the moment. This house I'm living in right now. Give me the option. Okay, I guess let's go home. Hey, stop. Now let go of me, you freak. What's going on? Oh, wait. Yeah. Hey, I found some grub. Oh, damn it, leave me alone. Another human? Go, you monsters. Guys, hold on a second. Phew. God, someone around here listens to reason. Who are you? My name's Jude. Don't know what's going on. I just woke up. No idea how I even got here. What the heck is this place? This is, well, I'm not sure how to describe it either. But as long as you stay here in the village, you'll be safe. We've been trying to create this little civilization down here. Civilization? Although I was glad to have saved Jude's life, it did present a bit of a conundrum for me. Namely, what were we to do with humans who'd been disposed of but survived? Even if I accepted Jude into our community, what would I do with the next human we found? It would be quite difficult for humans and monsters to coexist in harmony, at least for the time being. Why? I appreciate your desire to help around here, Jude. But isn't gathering resources a bit too dangerous for you? I think it'd be safer if you just stayed here. Ah, it's alright, I want to help. Well, okay. And also, I noticed something strange beginning to occur. For with each passing day, I could feel myself losing any special fondness I once harbored for humanity. But perhaps disassociation was to be expected, now that I am living in a monster's body. Hey, check it out, fellas. I got a huge haul today. Ugh. Is that? Yeah. But it's just meat for us to consume now. You might not want to watch this, though. Wow, I can't thank you enough. My own house and everything. Don't mention it. Yet, for all my ruminating on what should be done with Jude, I unfortunately would not be afforded the time to fully think it through. Okay, I'll try to go gather some more resources. Sounds good. I'm surprised they just let me back in. Leave cooking to me. I'll take care of the grub. I changed it from the very first one. You know, it felt right. Actually, you went with Jude to search for food last time, didn't you? How do you think he managed? Oh, he was searching real hard, I tell you. I see. He was all like, where did I drop that damn thing and whatnot? Hmm? That seems peculiar. I invade his privacy, but perhaps I should take a look around his house. Wait, is this a... Oh god, Jude, why? He pooped in it. Hey, can you hear me? Oh, thank god it went through. Yeah, sorry I dropped my radio when those freaks captured me. Took me ever to find it again. Forever to find it again. Oh no, I'm fine. Anyway, listen. Yeah, so it's just as our report suggested. Monsters are starting to build their own society here. Granted, it's fairly primitive at the moment, but still. There's one among them who seems to know a fair bit about human culture and whatnot. No telling what it might ultimately develop into. Yeah, I think so too. Better just nip in the bud as soon as possible. Alright, we'll be in touch. Jude, who are you talking to just now? Sebastian? What are you doing out here? I wasn't talking to anyone. Look, there's no one else around, see? Why are you using that radio to contact your fellow humans on the surface? Much does this guy know about human technology? Look, I can explain, but not here. Can we talk about this back at the village? Alright, come on. It's short for Judas. Hey, what are you doing there? You still owe me an explanation. Just, just give me a minute, okay? Here, it's not here. Don't tell me. The gun. If it's this gun you're looking for, you won't find it. I confiscated it. Hey, that's my... Knew it, this guy's on to me. Damn, I was too careless. Figuring he wouldn't know what a gun was. He could give it back. You're just giving the other humans a report about us, no? What is it you're after? No, I can explain. I just found this lying on the ground outside, and I figured I'd try to see if it still works. Jude. One of our people claims they saw you searching desperately for something among the scrap. And now I see that you've been hiding things from us. You can't explain your way out of this. Curse you. You damn freaks. Think we'll let you get away with this? You're dead wrong. What are you even talking about? Soon we'll raise this village of yours to the ground. I don't know. Wait, what? Now that you've begun to develop your own civilization, it won't be long before you pose a threat to humanity, which is something we simply cannot allow. You're wrong. We wouldn't dare oppose humanity, you have my word. We can never pose a threat to you, even if we so desired. Which is exactly why we must build a civilization of our own. Ah, that's a good one. Why would I ever trust the words of a monster like you? These monsters are created by humans that were once fucking human. Listen, Jude, I once was a human myself, just like you. What? I know you probably won't believe this, but I was a lab worker who got disposed of. But then I passed out in the field of flowers, and when I next awoke, I found that I'd become a monster. Even if that is true. Is that... Yeah. I mean, you're better than the others. I mean, just like, look at the mirror. You look like them, you act like them. You're a monster now, through and through. Buddy, he has to eat. I guess you're right. I should have accepted it sooner. It's time to let go of being human and embrace the monster that I am. Pop, pop. Hey, listen up, everybody. The village is in danger. What? You get out of here right this second, or else. The else has arrived. Damn, they're already here. So it was. But after falling as far as I thought a man could go, I lost it all once again for the second time. In the food stores. At least I was fortunate enough to make it out alive. Humanity had made a clear statement. They can completely annihilate us if they ever felt the need. If our people were to have any chance of survival, we need some way to ensure that they would leave our world alone. According to some intel I managed to find among Jude's belongings, there was one place in the underworld that humanity dared not approach. The records stated that while investigating the massive crater we now call the Underworld, they discovered the skeletal remains of some gargantuan creature and sent multiple search parties into its maw. But they suffered many casualties in the process. Apparently all who entered would slowly but surely lose consciousness, and if rescue team did not arrive in time, they would find them mutated into something utterly unrecognizable. Or so the records claimed, anyhow. But even if that was true, I should probably be fine, right? The humans continued to send their agents down to investigate us periodically from that point on. And so, while hiding myself away from their prying eyes, I spent the next several years building, until at last I had carved out a path leading all the way from the giant skull to the surface world. Hello, are there any humans who can hear me? This frequency. Jude, is that you? We thought you were dead. Sorry, this isn't Jude. My name is Sebastian. I'm just using the radio he left behind and trying the less dialed frequency. Come again? I'm going to state my business clearly, so tell this to your higher-ups. We monsters have secured a route leading up to the surface world, and we are confident you won't find it anytime soon. I take it you understand the implications of this? What are your demands? They're quite simple. You must not interfere with our world, the underworld, from this day forth. This does not mean we are asking you to stop all disposals at this point in time, but just know that if we see any indication that you might put us or our world in danger, we have both the means and intent to come up there in droves and wreak havoc on yours. Good bluff. Surely you don't expect us to agree to those conditions without proof. I've just deposited an item your agent left with us at the following surface coordinates. Go and retrieve it for yourselves. Very well. Shortly thereafter, lab security found a gun once belonging to Jude at the exact locations Sebastian described. From that day forward, all ongoing projects that involved on-site work in the underworld or its surrounding crater were suspended indefinitely. And so I can't remember the old voice I used. That's why I've just been going with the young one. And so I've used in this. And so I slowly began to rebuild a semblance of society down in the underworld. It was a fair bit easier this time now that an agreement with the humans was in place. But I knew we needed a governing body to help preserve that agreement. A high underworld council, if you will. G-Man. Nancy and Mary. Lynn. This would ultimately lead to the signing of an official neutrality pact between our two worlds. I was gonna say, Nancy definitely grows up. And I don't remember Mary at all. And I think it's funny how they were all once human. Right, Golden. Resumption. June 23rd, 1928. After a century-long suspension, it was decided today that the Crater expedition will finally be reopened. As such, we will be ceasing all disposal activities indefinitely, and must assume we've generated more than enough funding as is. Though it seems there are still those who wish to keep it going in one form or another. Guess that's special interest for you. Our Neutrality Pact introduction. While only a handful of higher-ups know the finer details about the Human-Monster Neutrality Pact, I was curious to learn the history behind it, so I did some research of my own. Origins. Establishment of the Neutrality Pact is rooted in events that took place over 30 years ago now. During a routine expedition, our investigators discovered that the monsters had begun to organize into their own primitive society. Considering this a threat, the committee members of the era voted to wipe out the commune. A subsequent attack on the heart of the monster settlement was carried out as part of the final Crater Descent expedition. Senior expedition member Jude Ware gave the signal to launch the attack, but mysteriously his comms fell silent shortly thereafter. It seems he did not make it to the rendezvous point for exfiltration. Several years after the attack on the monster settlement, received a transmission from an unidentified party residing in the underworld. There's no full transcription of what was said during this call, but it seems an agreement was made between this individual and the committee of the era. From this point onward, all on-site research activities in the crater's depths became heavily restricted, but they did not cease entirely, despite the verbal agreement. Presumably, the committee judged that it should be fine so long as they did not endanger or interfere with the monsters or their society. It is believed that the individual responsible for the transmission remained in periodical contact with the committee after that. We have no inkling as to what might have been discussed in these early interactions, but we believe this individual went on to become the founder of the High Underworld Council. A pact is made. In the year 2006, Neutrality Pact was made between our facilities and the High Underworld Council. All research activities requiring human entry into the underworld have been forbidden ever since. Starfields. Made it to the rendezvous point safely, but we're still a bit early, as they hadn't arrived yet. As we waited there on standby, Kenny eventually came to, but his apparent condition gave us little cause for celebration. He seemed deeply shaken, like a frightened child who'd woken up surrounded by total strangers. The words coming out of his mouth seemed like utter nonsense as well. He was practically unintelligible. And the worst came to pass when Wayne approached to console him, only for Kenny to stab him in the chest with his survival knife. Luckily, Wayne's injuries were not fatal, but I was forced to ask Agent Quentin to put Kenny down after he tried to attack another agent. Underworld could have deranged him like that. Makes no sense. Damn it. Number 5. The Ryan squad had no luck finding the missing agents from the previous expedition. On top of that, they lost track of Agent Diego. So much for not overdoing it, I guess. But there's nobody to listen. In the end, we gained nothing of value in this expedition. I lost 2 good researchers to boot. This isn't a one-off fluke either. None of the findings we made in these expeditions justify the losses. If you ask me, we ought to just leave this godforsaken crater the hell alone already. Capture prospects. In the handful of expeditions we've conducted, after resuming our field surveys, we've learned 2 important things. 1, after 100 years of disposals, the crater is now overflowing with waste and other hazardous refuse. This was something we expected. 2, the place is now crawling with unidentified forms of life. Here are some ones at that. Put bluntly, it is like hell on earth. Though suppose some might be able to view it in a more positive light. After all, this also means that there are life forms capable of adapting to and even thriving in a waste-ridden environment. I can already tell what the top brass will probably order next. They'll want us to capture those creatures so we can study them. And here's Golan. Hey, Father, what does it mean to be a good person? Or is this all coming from all of a sudden? Well, it's a simple concept, but pretty hard to sum up succinctly. I guess putting others before yourself might be an okay start. Putting others before yourself? These were definitely subject to change. Anyway, let's try to stay on task here. Are you ready? We're going to start the test now. Okay, for starters, could you tap the circle for me? Nope, sorry, that's a square. Let's tap the circle, got it? Out of the circle. Don't you know what that is? Try again. See, this is exactly what I've been trying to tell them. You can't just create intelligent life. So I could give you that another shot. Remember, you have to tap the circle. You know what a circle is, right? And I wanted them to tell me what the other shapes were. I know this is a square. I knew this was a circle. Damn it. Now I'm gonna get exposed. Yeah, just like that. Next, try tapping the triangle. Okay, it's done. Good. See, I knew you'd be a natural at this. Okay, last one. Tap the square and we're done. Nice. Test complete. Great work, Golan. Golan? What's a Golan? That's your name, silly. Figured test subject G01 was a bit of a mouthful. But I called you Golan instead. Anyway, that's the end of today's test. You can head back to your room now. Okay. Dumb kid. Go on, eh? A lovely name. Even calls you father, too. Oh, be quiet. Don't punk fun. You know you needed a name. Orders from above will raise him as much like a human child as possible, so it's only natural. If we're going to be partners on this project, I really need you to believe in the mission, too. Yes, I'm aware. Forgive me. Just find it mildly amusing is all. That's what these monsters look like, eh? I have to admit, I still wouldn't believe that they were real, even if I hadn't just seen one with my own eyes. Yeah, I know the feeling. Going here may still only be about as smart as a small child. They wouldn't believe what a struggle it's been to achieve even this level of human intelligence. How so? Just to cite the most recent example. Actually, I guess it'd be faster just let you read up on it yourself. You better review the data logs on that tablet there. If you're curious, feel free to take a look. Are we crawling this guy now? Is this the tablet? Administered anesthetic and crenogens to subject G. February 8th, 1536, first signs of reconstruction, moved subject to mutation tank. We'll be monitoring progress. February 10th, 1700, subject is now 40% reconstructed. No indication of tissue breakdown as witnessed in our previous trial. Major problem, subject G awoke from his medically induced coma, likely not enough anesthetic. Easily broke free from his restraints and shattered mutation tank. No choice but to dispose of subject. 5 security team members were killed before he can be tranquilized. These tablet things are quite handy, aren't they? Never seen one before I got hired here. Yeah, the tech hasn't been released to the public yet. We get all sorts of cutting-edge devices here at the lab, so thanks to our special interests. Still, raising a monster from a child all the way to adulthood must be quite a long, drawn-out process. Surely it would be quicker to just use a test subject that's already fully grown, wouldn't it? If you read those data logs, you'd know we hadn't had much luck with that so far. This time, we have to take the patient route. I see. How very tedious. This is my bedroom. There sure isn't much more than a room with a bed. Father? Run. Hey, bud, how's it going? Now, this is the first time you've ever come in here. Yeah, I know. You're to swing by to drop off that thing I promised to give you the other day. You remember that? Oh, what is it? He's probably thinking ridiculous. Well, that part of the lab looked like shit. Ten years later. I get my meals from every day. Punch. Punch. Okay, time for today's test. Press the shapes in the order displayed on the screen. For every sequence completed, your score will go up by 1. Selecting a correct shape, your score will go down by 1. I wonder if I could have just clicked. Oh, you're on fire today. That's a really great score. Keep up the good work, okay? That'll be all for today. Still just learning shapes. Oh no, let's give him the other test today. Oh right, that one. Alright, I guess. Okay, Golan. Head over to test chamber C. Do you know where that is? Yeah. Go to my room. Is that truly wise? Hmm? And how such just roam around freely on its own like that, I mean. I just stopped giving up the voice. The last song. And, getting tired. Whatever. Please, Golan's far more mentally stable than many humans I know. Follows our orders to a T. Not like he can even leave the testing facility either. What could possibly go wrong? He's obedient, eh? He was born here, so this research and the research team here are his entire world. Why wouldn't you be? Let's check out the stasis chamber. Boo. Hmm? What brings you here? Oh, I see you wish to know what we do in here, yes? No, I just... Very well then, let me explain. These stasis tanks are filled with a high potency cranogen culture solution. Well, if you're wondering why that's necessary, the thing about monster biology is that there's somatic cells that are so much richer and more varied than any other known organism, so how do we preserve them? Well, blah 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 blah. And it was that very experiment that led us to the discovery of a new fascinating chemical property that governs many aspects of monster biology and their somatic cells. Hey, can I go now? Well, wait a minute. I'm just now getting to the good part. As I just explained, it was only by utilizing the cranogen secreted by the cranium that we were able to begin pseudo-reconstructing human beings into monsters. And so the same culture solution we created to dilute the potency of cranogen can be used not only to inhibit monster cell activity, but preserve them as well. Meaning, oh, that's strange. Where did he go? What's this thing? Oh, does that pique your interest? Very well, then let me explain. That's okay. What the? No need. Fine, see yourself. The sick bay. Awesome. Surely you have no business here. I'll just wander aimlessly around the research facility. Who's gonna stop me? You won't even get your ass out of the chair. This is the place, right? Well, what exactly am I supposed to do here? Whoa, you scared me. You're going, yes. Through this door, you'll find a long passageway. All the way to the room until at the very end, then wait further instructions. What'll I find there? This is a silent treatment, huh? Alright, I guess I'll go. Hopefully this one will make it back with his sanity still intact. It's dark in here. What is this place? Got some goo. And we're walking slow in the goo. Slow goo. Is this it? Golan, you made it. You can hear me, right? Pops? So the guy told me to walk down here. But what am I going? What do I do now? You don't have to do anything. Just stay in there for a little while. No, is that right? Oh, look at that. He seems to be holding up just fine. Sure does. Guess as I expected. Can I get a cell sample from him after this? Need to use it for another experiment I'm in charge of. Go right ahead. How are you doing, Golan? Still feeling raw, right, I hope. I mean, for being stuck in a dark, creepy room with nasty sludge. Yeah, it could be worse, I guess. Sounds like he's A-okay. Alright, that's enough. You can come back now. I'm back now. What the heck was that test about? It is very quiet. Jump scare. Oh, they got his feet. Like under the bed. Could be right down here somewhere. Why did you bring me? Here, take a look. It's in the book. Wait, isn't this that thing we used during the test? Yep, called a tablet. Are you gonna start doing tests in here now too? Oh, silly. Here, let me show you how to use it. Fishing about this lab. What is fishing? Fishing is both a fucking boring activity, recreational activity, a method of catching fish using a fishing rod or related tools. By becoming more popular pastime in recent years. Foundation. About this lab foundation. This facility's parent organization was once a pharmaceutical firm researching and traceable diseases such as frostbite syndrome and Gillian disorder. I don't know if those are real or not. The hazardous waste generated by clinical trials of the potential cures they were developing was in need of a safe disposal plan. For many years, they made use of the disposal services offered by the Crater Expedition Committee. But when the committee ceased disposal operations in 1928, the company took this opportunity to establish a lab of its own on the perimeter of the crater. It then secured a disposal route and relevant know-how with the help of the Expedition Committee's now franchised out disposal services. This gave the laboratory the means to dispose of its own waste for greater efficiency. It later became fully independent from its parent company in order to focus more on crater-related research after unexpected findings led to new and promising ventures. On your room, you'll have the option to review data logs. Viewing these logs is optional. Failing to do so will not impact your ability to enjoy the game. We're going to move on with the story. Sleeping in Golan's bed will progress you the next day. guess we sleep. I mean, I already looked at the 2 for today, right? Next day. Up and at 'em going. Only use it when it's light out. We got our green food stuff. Guessing that's like the best part of it all. Okay, time for today's test. Try level 2 today. Ooh, Heart and Moon. I honestly thought I messed up there. Dang. Now you're on fire today. Blah, blah, blah. It was the same as last time. Now for your next test, head over to test chamber B. Got it. Oh, it's you again. Come to listen to me ramble about my work again, have you? Ah, you're a devoted one. No, I promise you, it's not that. I admire your zest for learning. Very well. Let me tell you some more fascinating tidbits. Alright. You see, these so-called preservation experiments have no shortage of funding, even from a fairly early stage in the research facility's life. And there's a rather interesting reason for that, I might add. One sec. Just because our investors sense the potential for this technology to be applied to preservation of humans one day as well. Oh my god. Cryopreservation. I think I said it right that time. Or close enough. Has always been somewhat of a white whale for the medical community after all. There could be so many applications. Imagine preserving a patient with a terminal illness in stasis until future research found a cure, for instance. But really is mostly the filthy rich who always flock like birds to have a feather to such prospects. Because they're the only ones that could afford such a idea. I mean, think about it. When you've had your fill of all the luxuries and entertainment our modern world can offer, there's nothing left that can thrill or excite you. Why not bet on microscopic possibility that you can be resurrected in the future? Must be a sad existence that. Actuality though, human cryopreservation is not even remotely tangential to what we've been researching here. I suppose that just goes to show how good Chief Victor is at saying what needs to be said to secure the funding we need. Alright, later, nerd. One of those computer thingamajigs the humans are always collecting away on. What do we actually do with these things? Kinda wanna try it out for myself. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Sorry, there just wasn't anyone in here, so... Such things that don't belong to you without permission. Ah, alright, jeez. Huh. Good grief. I know I don't even have the authority to complain around here, but... Still, what are they thinking of letting a monster roam freely around the facility like this? I honestly can't tell if it's supposed to be male or female, so... You know, just... whatever. The B chamber. Oh, what's going on? Combat agent appeared. The attack. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Run around. Go on, start running around. Combat agent attacks. We'll go and definitely dodge the attack. Hello? What's the big idea? Knock it off. Yeah, please. Hey, come on, please, no more. Not even willing to hear me out, huh? Not seeing any combat potential, sir. Correct. Should I continue anyway? Copy that. It's no use, I'm too tired. Can we be reasonable about this? Look, I'll do anything you want, okay? So a little mercy, will you? I tried to run around, but he was too tired and got attacked. Hey, it's just not that kind of game. Oh, that didn't feel very good. Now, necessary evil for the sake of our research. Plus, they were especially told not to kill him. What's the problem? We already knew that Colin wasn't fit for combat. It's true. But we still needed the hard data for reference. Something showed they are investors to boot. These research funds don't grow on trees, after all. I will say, I can tell his athletic ability is about on par with an average adult male, if that. I'll have to wait to I'll have to wait to see the raw data, but this may be the perfect opportunity to test the results of my own little experiment as well. Yes. Cops? Woke you up, did I? Looks like you're feeling okay. Sorry about earlier today. I was against the idea, but, well, you know how it goes. Anyway, zooming over there, fishing again. Lab-wide fishing tourney. Fishing tourney was recently held to foster a deeper sense of kinship among lab workers. Results below. First place, second place, third place, Torres, Victor, Kane, 68, 64, 57. Competitors were allowed to bring their catches back to the lab and keep them in tanks as a memento. Addendum: one of the fishing rods rented out for the event was sadly lost when it was swept downstream. Oh, that's funny. The funds to replace this equipment will be deducted from the negligent party's paycheck for the next month. So that's why we find a fishing rod later in the late game. Stasis tanks, a primer. For many years, we struggled with the question of how to store monster specimens. They are not like small aquarium fish who simply need to be fed, checked in on occasionally. What we desired was a way to store them for a long period while still keeping them alive. This led to the development of our patented stasis tanks. Thanks to breakthrough research spearheaded by Victor Stein. Really? We finally made it possible to keep monsters safely here on site. By filling the tanks with a culture solution derived from... I was like stretching and accidentally hit the button to... there. From cranogen secreted by cranium cells. We can preserve monsters in suspended animation for as long as we might need. Shit. I should have tried going outside. Better have an extra little treat here. Okay, time for today's test. Let's try level 3 today. Oh. It's tripping me up a little bit, I'll admit. Dang. Hey, the test chamber B. Same place as yesterday. And one again, huh? Alright. Man, I don't want to go get my ass kicked. Hey, wait. There used to be something in here. Hey, wasn't there a monster in this tank the other day? Ah, curious, are we? Very well. Allow me to explain, then. Although these stasis tanks allow us to preserve monsters in suspended animation indefinitely, once they're released, they do experience a number of minor side effects as a result. Especially after longer periods of suspended animation, we often see lowered sensory awareness, as well as muscular atrophy. Sorry, that's not really what I was asking about. Which is why, in those cases, we must rehabilitate said monsters after they've been woken up. Though that's far too inefficient for most practical purposes. If we need a moving test subject, we generally just use one that's already awake. Oh, that's strange. Where did he go? Kind of rude. Go bully this person. Okay, we get permission? Is it where we want to go? No. But we have to. Whoa, what are we doing here, fellas? Whoa, who's this guy? It's from the tube. Creature specimen appeared. Whoa, hang on, what kind of test are we running here? Hey, what am I supposed to do here, fellas? Pack it. Now. You want me to fight this thing? Get real. I'm way too weak for that. If you refuse to comply, we will open fire. You gonna shoot me? Damn it, no! Oh. Go long. Us. Hey, are you okay, pal? Oh, okay. But wait, how do you know my name? Must defeat Bola. Bring back for an attack. Oh, we're gonna run around. Came out swinging, but we dodge. Please pick for no more stasis tank. Stasis tank? Ah. Guess I at least pretend to fight for now. Failed attack for several turns in a row, the officer will take aim and eventually shoot. Find a safe opening to attack before he pulls the trigger. I didn't see what that said. Listen, me. Gotta snap out of it, pal. Lost. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Yeah, I see you over there. Come on, get a grip. Vic. Oh. Hey, listen, you gotta snap out of it, pal. And raise your gun. Ooh, yep, I was worried about that. I'm gonna take a big smack. Let's go along. What are you trying to say? What's going on? Hey, are you alright? Golan? Yep, me. I mean, it wasn't pre-recorded messages or anything, right? Oh, they opened fire. Just not on Golan. See? Exactly like we witnessed yesterday. It's simply not suitable for any military applications. Really no need to put him through this. Yes, I realize that obvious. We also need to gauge his obedience before we could begin testing him for his true objective. After all, if he would defy an order of this small magnitude, then it would be best to just let our security team put him down. Hey, don't even joke about that. Oh, would you stop being so performative already? Performative? For what? You expect me to believe you actually developed an attachment to that thing? How could I not? When I've been raising it for 10 whole years. You're a hypocrite. Excuse me? You feel so strongly, then why'd you let me do it? Last I checked, you're still the one with the final say over this experiment. I'm only doing what needs to be done in your stead. But you could have easily stepped in and vetoed this test at any point. Except, you know that's not what the higher-ups want to see. And so you let it happen, but then criticize me as though I'm the heartless monster here. In actuality, you're just putting on an act so you feel like a good person. If that's not the definition of hypocrisy, then what is it? Oh? But you know, I've had enough of this slander. I think he had, like, facial hair this time. That being said, seems my own research still has a long way to go. I did know some signs of neurotransmitters having been successfully overwritten, but it was far from a perfect brainwash. Perhaps if I can administer additional dosage in real time when the situation requires. Oh yeah, maybe some sort of remote injection system installed directly along the main artery. Yes. It's ought to be fun. Gotta make him sound like Mandark from Dexter's Lab, but I can't remember that voice at all. Other than the very annoying laugh. Got a bunch of shit all of a sudden, huh? Decision to release. Regarding the fish which had been kept as honorary pets of the facility after the recent fishing tourney, fortunately one specimen began showing signs of rampant mutation and an unchecked rate of growth. So this is the fish we fight. I think I just remember that. As such, it has been deemed unwise to raise fish in a facility dealing with waste and other hazardous materials. All the catches were subsequently released back into the wild. Waste conversion. All around the world, research is being done in hopes of solving our long-standing waste epidemic. For many years, our laboratory was attempting to develop a method of converting waste into green energy. To this end, a high concentration of waste was stored in a wing of the facility that could be quarantined instantly in case of emergency. Unfortunately, this did not prevent a huge accidental waste spill due to a failed experiment back in 2003. The entire wing of the facility is now highly radioactive, and remains blocked off to this day. However, experiments conducted prior to the accident did seem to bear some amount of promise. Most notable was the discovery of a strain of microbe that consumed waste as its primary sustenance, albeit in microscopic amounts. And that's where we get our main character. Better not leave my room right now. Might get in trouble. One more day. The next day. Ouch. Great. Still feel sore all over. Damn it. Alright. Fast. Yeah, maybe I'm just imagining things. Oh, wait a minute. The food definitely tastes kind of funny today. Am I gonna be okay? Let me just stop eating. Grow. Induce a vomit now. Oh wait, we're gonna get woozy whenever we start tapping away on the tablet. Come see me in the sick bay. What for? What's this? You're back again? You really enjoyed listening to me talk that much, eh? Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but unfortunately there's nothing more I'm at liberty to tell you. Boss actually scolds me about it, you know, says I'm too loose-lipped when it comes to my research. Wonder why that is. Anyway, I'd always been a man of a few words before I got hired here. Though I know that might be hard for you to believe. Kinda wonder if all those were the bosses we fight in the game. Again, it's been so long I don't remember shit. There you are. Lie down on the bed for me, would you? I figured. Okay, don't move a muscle. Ow. There. All done. Hey, what the heck was that all about? Hey, don't be racist. It's time for your daily test to begin. Better get going. Oh, right. It's not using AWSD. There we go. check some messages. Or is he still saying the same thing? This chamber A, is this where you want to go? Yep. Okay, time for today's test. We're at level 2 today. Oh, what the? My eyes, I can't see straight. Oh man. We did mess up once though. Nope. So much for that. Damn, I had hopes too. What'd you do? Oh, let's wait to see the full data report first, I suppose. I don't like that. Speak more with my tongue, I don't know. Again, I think I might just be getting too tired. Probably should stop soon. Wait. What was I just doing again? Yeah, I just feel so heavy. Well, whatever. Gotta rest up for tomorrow's test anyway. Gotta make Pops proud. Huh? Wait, what are you doing to me? Put our watch on. An injector watch. What a weird dream. So it's a no then? That's the wrong one. Pops? Is that you? Appears that way. I'd have to do more detailed analysis to say for certain, but just judging purely based on the numbers it's seeing right now, there's little hope of the subject having any innate ability to break down waste. No surprise there. Could have guessed as much as they're seeing it collapse like that in the test chamber. What are they talking about? So it's not suitable for military usage or waste elimination. That means it can't do either of the functions we've been hoping to use it for. Shame to let 10 full years of experimentation go to waste, but I guess that's how it goes. So we just dispose of him then, since he's no longer of any use? Of course not, don't be ridiculous. There's still plenty of value in a monster that possesses human-level intelligence. I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like Pops is standing up for me. Is this what he meant? By putting others before yourself? I assume this ends once we see our good buddy. A dream? No, pretty sure that was real. Does the food taste better today? Okay, phew. It tastes normal again today. They fed us some shit last time. Morning. Time for another test, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. No. I was kind of expecting at some point for them to like just start changing places. Ah, whatever. I done messed up twice. Could have had it. Good work. That'll be all for today. Sounds good. Hey, Pops. Thanks for everything. I think we're gonna get the same dialogue from this guy no matter what. I guess monsters don't ever have to use the bathroom though. Surely you have no business here. Hey, how are you feeling? Huh? I mean, not spectacular. I see. Anything on the tablet this time? Oh, we've been caught. Oh? This is that you got there. Ah, well, why are you here? No reason in particular. I was just passing by. But that tablet of yours... I'm not doing it the same. I keep failing on doing the same. You just smuggle it out of the test chamber yourself. Fine. Have it your way. We'll speak of this tomorrow. Good night, going. Again, I am so tired right now, I guess. Oh, man. That can't be good. I'll look at it now anyways. Fuck him. Next day. No food. Damn. Don't even get breakfast today, huh? Wrong. No brekkie. I don't think I've ever said it like that before. Apologies for the wait. What's this about anyway? Said we have a problem. Yes, about that. Take a look at what I found last night in the test subject's quarters. Is that a tablet? Yes, and not one of those we used for his intelligence test. This one has high-level access permissions and is filled with confidential documentation. Oh, what? You're kidding. Now then, could you please explain how this came in to be in your possession, Golan? Oh, that? Thompson gave that to me. I can't say that. I'll never forget how he would talk to me from time to time. Whether it was before or after our test. Wait, what's fishing again? Well, just a way of catching fish. What's a fish? Type of organism that lives underwater. Why do you want to catch them? Okay, I admire your curiosity, but we should really start the test now. Besides, it's not like I'm the best at explaining things beyond the realm of my own expertise. Wait, but how do you go fishing then? Well, you ask for someone's card, you know, like 2 through 10, Jack, Ace, Queen, King. And if they don't have it, they say go fish, and you draw from a pile and see if you get pairs or not. I fucked up that explanation, but you know, it was probably good enough. Alright, alright. One of these days I'll bring you something to help you learn all you want about this kind of stuff. Right now we have a test to run. Okay, yeah. Tablet he gave me. It was my only window. It's the outside world. Now I'm also reading it wrong. He's the only human who's always been a good person to me. He even stood up for me when they said I should be disposed of. And now it's my turn. Do whatever I can to protect him. Well, you see... I mean, do you really need to ask? Clearly he must have stolen it. Huh? I see, yes. I suppose that's the most logical explanation. But if he gained access to confidential information, I don't think we have a choice. Have to dispose of him. But why? Good, good. It looks like you're behaving yourself. Where's Pops? I need to talk to him. I'm afraid I can't help you with that. He wishes to see you. I'm sure he'll come visit eventually. This is probably not even close to what I did first. Am I going to be disposed of? Yes, about that. Actually, I have good news for you going. We decided to put you in stasis instead. Maybe the father knew this and said he should be disposed of anyways. Oh, he's like, what the fuck is this? I like this guy. Why are we putting him in stasis? Huh? Who's there? Pops. Is that you? Hey, he wanted to get him out of there. Are you here to rescue me? That's my guess. Other than trying to save his own skin. What the? Hey, that hurts. Pops, hello. I can't breathe. What exactly do you think you're doing? Victor. What are you doing here? You were trying to destroy the evidence, weren't you? That No one would ever know that it was you who gave him the tablet. How do you know that? I've known all along. I was watching the security feed when it happened. I just decided to think you'd gotten away with it. You're kidding, but then again, that would explain some things. That tablet shouldn't have had access to any confidential info. Correct, I gave it privileges after the fact. Access privileges. So that I'd have a little trump card up my sleeve if I ever needed you to step aside. There's a big difference between giving a test subject a harmless tablet to play with and providing him with a massive treasure trove of confidential intelligence. So what? I can just explain what really happened and... the lack of that idea, I doubt they'll believe you. Not when I have oh my god, I'm messing myself saying it up. Not when I have incontrovertible video evidence of you handing over the device to the subject. They'll no doubt see it as another blatant attempt at subterfuge on your part. Your plan was to get rid of me all along. Why didn't you just tell the higher-ups at the very start? Because he sucks at his job. Because, if I'm completely honest, because I found your hypocrisy rather fascinating to observe. Even if the end result in this case was quite disappointing. Well, farce though it was, I suppose I can't rebuke you for indulging in it, really. You're only human after all. You probably felt like your hands were bloody beyond salvation by all your previous experiments. I'm sure each life you snuffed out must have taken quite a toll on your weary heart. When at last you were given the opportunity to treat a test subject with kindness, it must have made you feel quite good about yourself. You think, if only I hadn't chosen such an unethical line of work, I could have been a good person too, I promise. Isn't that right? Good, upstanding citizen living a good, honest life until the day he died, just like anyone else. He's having a panic attack. I'm not that bad. Yeah, if it weren't for you. And yet when the push came to shove, it was either your neck on the chopping block or his. Well, that's when your little facade came crumbling down to the ground, all to preserve your own hide. But such is human nature, I suppose. No, it's all your fault. If it weren't for you, I'd... Now then, that security officer should be arriving any minute. There you are, perfect timing. I'll let you take it from here. And the security officer is like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Elaborate. Hey, Pops. What does it mean to be a good person? Man, humans sure do suck. One year later, we get disposed of after all. Oh, right, no, we gotta get sent down there. I hear a noise. Been so quiet for so long. Long time no see, going. Hey, I remember this guy. You can hear me, I take it. It's your lucky day. I have a new mission just for you. Mission? Who the heck does he think he is? Although, felt like I had anything better to do, I do really want to get out of here. Not just from this tank, but from this whole god-forsaken place. I just want to go somewhere far, far away. Okay then, we're now going to dispose you down into the underworld. You're fine by me. Anything's better than being cooped up here. Oh, fair enough, but don't forget, you still have duties to fulfill down there. If you ever try to shirk those responsibilities, I know. You're gonna be watching me through this bracelet the entire time, right? That's correct. And if you try to forcibly remove or destroy it, it will administer a lethal injection. So don't get any funny ideas. What do you need me to do again? You're going to keep an eye on the containment, which we will be disposing of alongside you. You'll also report in periodically to keep us updated on its behavior and idiosyncrasies. More than anything, we need to know if it has any hypersensitive reactions to particular stimuli, like crying. Okay. So what even is this containment thing anyway? Alright. I suppose as a dedicated observer, you do have the right to know. It's our best friend. Not sure what I'm supposed to be observing here. Oh well. Guess I'll just try to keep an eye on it. It's a growing lad. Dang, he really does seem to only want to eat waste. Whatever it is they call it down here. Magic tar, right? Hmm? Hey, you. Been seeing you around these parts a lot lately. What are you doing anyway? You eating or something? Not going to answer me, huh? Yeah, that Stone's little fella, I'll give you that much. Should I go help him? Not that I can even defend myself, really. Plus, my orders were just to observe him. I'm half-assing it. Hey, if you don't stop ignoring me, I'll make you regret it. Got fucking laid out. Bitch-ass, bulky axolotl there. Damn, he's strong. So was Golem a human at some point, or is he really just a monster? Same for some of these other people. Kind of feels like it's left open. They could have just been people that disposed of, survived, and mutated. Man, he's growing up so fast. Hey, you. What are you sneaking around for? No reason, don't mind me. Teach you a lesson, you a lesson, punk. Geez, this guy's about as pig-headed as they come. Hey, cut me some slack, big guy. I'm not causing you any trouble. Shut up, in a bad mood right now. How do you want? You got a problem, twerp? Maybe pummel you first, is that it? It's off-screened. Okay, yeah, this kid's crazy strong. Did you come over here to rescue me? Thanks, bud. He just heard shouting and got annoyed. But on second thought, maybe he didn't. Something tells me his thought processes aren't that complex. Guessing he just wanted to shut up that guy up so he could enjoy his meal in peace. Still, though. Hey, so, how good is that magic tar anyway? Magic tar? Yeah, that goopy stuff you're eating. It's called magic tar. Good. Good. Again, I remember his voice. I don't remember the main characters for some reason. So listen, got a name, kid? Name? Yeah, I guess you probably wouldn't. What's it going? What's your name, silly? Figured test subject G01 was a bit of a mouthful, so why not call you Golan instead? I remember, right? The chief called you test subject R01 or something like that. So I guess maybe. I'll call you Roy then. Yeah, let's go with that. Hey, bro? Why'd I go easy on the way, magic tar already? There's a whole world of tasty food out there, man. Don't waste your life on that slop. Ah, why the hell do you care? No, I don't know. Just seems like it's gotta be pretty unhealthy for you, you know what I mean? Shut up, man. Like what I like and you ain't changing that. Well, okay. Hey, Roy. How's it going, bro? Oh, look who it is. Again. Where you heading out today, big guy? We met in some magic tar. Duh. I mean, I guess that's cool and all, but why not try eating something a little different for a change? You got all sorts of food over in the village, you know? Care about any of that stuff? Alright, wait up a sec. You don't have to come with me, you know? Hey, slow down, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be the end. Almost. So where are we headed again? Same place as yesterday. Oh, alright then. Salvage yard, here we come. And then they find a little girl. Cleared every episode, locked every data log. Alright, mutation experience G01. Oh, okay, never mind. You, Norman. Human Ewan Norman. While subject G's reconstruction was certainly a success from a physical endurance standpoint, he did still suffer ego death and go deranged to the mental trauma of brain reconstruction. However, we still gained something of value as we used mutated cell samples from subject G to adjust our craniogen solution further. And we believe we now have found a formula that will allow anyone to withstand the physical toll of reconstruction like he could. But we still need to find a brain that can endure it. Or at least find some way to bypass only the brain in the mutation process. That'll be our next big challenge. The end is in sight. Unfortunately, I have never heard of a genetic disorder that makes one's brain more resilient, nor can I find any way to bypass mutation. However, there is one other alternative that was suggested recently: to reconstruct a brain while it's still young and malleable, then raise it anew like a human child. It would be quite the arduous endeavor, of course, but could prove invaluable as a control case for future research. Since subject G's cells were used as a basis for this experiment, I'll dub this new test subject G01. How is going? Folklore. Legend. There was once a fearsome god who came to this land from a place far beyond the horizon. This god had the power to induce nightmares that could transform its victims overnight into soldiers that could only do its bidding. Using this power, the god created an army and began to reshape our entire world as it saw fit. But in the hour of need, a hero arose to defend our world, wielding the power to manipulate both time and the souls of men. The hero sought to slay the god and restore order to the world. After a long, hard-fought battle, neither the god nor the hero lived to be crowned the victor. The land caved in with the hero's final desperate strike, and the god's gargantuan body was entombed in a collapsing cliff face for eternity. The hero's remains were laid to rest in an open field, where it is said that beautiful flowers now bloom as if in mourning. Okay. Conversion experiment and decomposition experiment. Holy shit. Got these logs. All these logs aim to serve as a record for our waste conversion and decomposition experiments. One moment. Most of the data was unfortunately lost after a tragic lab accident that occurred in 2003, so this is merely an incomplete recovered archive. Waste conversion, Kaisuke Nakamura. And waste, an unfortunate byproduct of numerous chemical procedures. Long has it been an unfortunate cost man must pay in pursuit of continued scientific progress. With this experiment, we aim to find a way of either safely disposing of waste or converting it to green. Error file corrupted. All of our previous conversion attempts have been failures. No matter what we do, we can't even seem to alter its molecular file corrupt. We've noticed a slight reduction in the amount of waste. This is unprecedented, and we do not. Corrupt. Upon an investigation, we believe the reduction was due to waste being eaten by a microbe present in the experimental ecosystem. No record of this microbe exists. Could it be a new mutation that came during our tests? I dubbed this bacteria Resolvium, in the hopes that it may be the solution to our waste crisis. What a name! But we still have a long way to go. It can only dissolve so much of the stuff while at the microbial level. If we can cultivate it enough that it evolves rapidly, we may have a shot, but its ecology is still utterly corrupt. Resistance test. I don't understand it at all, but apparently we're doing a test to see how well a mutation subject handles waste exposure today. It's not my jurisdiction, but I must say I don't like this recent trend of using children as test file corrupt. Accident. Emergency lockdown. The waste research wing has been sealed off due to a massive explosion within the test chamber. 2 employees and 3 test subjects were lost in the accident. Decomposition experiment. Microbial waste decomposition. Author Victor Stein. Some years ago, there was an accident during an experiment in the waste research wing. Although only fragments of its research data survived, there was some fascinating tidbits. Most of all was the discovery of a waste-consuming microbe by the name of Resolvium. The experiment aims to reproduce and develop this bacterium into a viable waste disposal method. I am calling it Experiment R01. Number 1. While the test chamber remains sealed at all times of this day, permission to enter can still be granted via the proper channels. At present, the research wing is mainly being used to conduct waste endurance tests. We will start by investigating the entire area in search of any traces of the bacterium. That will be a very time-consuming. I suppose I have no room to judge my colleagues' experiments on the basis of tedium alone. We've obtained a Resolvium sample. Amazing to think it survived and even thrived in those conditions for years. Our next step is to experiment to see just how far we can evolve or cultivate it for the maximum waste consumption potential. This will likely mean combining it with various monster cells, which should be very exciting indeed. Since we were successful by fusing it with monster cells, we've created an organism with 3,000 times the mass while still possessing the traits we needed. We have already confirmed its ability to break down waste. Well, this is problematic. Seems the organism was not actually decomposing the waste, but concentrating it within itself. And perhaps even more troubling is that one of our research team members, Paul Karras, jumped the gun and reported it as a success. It seems he got a bit overeager. What an unfortunate blunder. In admittance of his own fault, he has resigned from the team. It pains me to lose such a bright and talented subordinate, I guess, but I respect his decision regardless. I suppose we'll have to go back to the drawing board. Hidden file. Such a shame, really. If only this experiment had been a success, I could have generated plenty of funding for my other research. While those trusting fools believe I'm developing a mass-producible, all-purpose powered exoskeleton, in reality, there will be only one in the entire world, a complete amalgamation of ultimate power, where you see humanity's power is vast but disparate. All the skills and knowledge we gathered over the past several millennia, only now will it all be taken and distilled into a singular, all-powerful manifestation of mankind's dominance. What a feat it will be. I'll show them all. Why put in your own laugh as your text document, unless this is all voice recorded? I will show them all what the combined power of science, monsters, and waste can do. Perhaps if I'm lucky, I'll even find a worthy opponent to test his full capabilities on. Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed you can play the game here. Alright, that's it. There's no more. We're done. So, that was a nice little revisit to this. Extra lore. If anyone's watching, thanks for watching. And until next time, have a good one.